Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about my NBA Finals predictions. I do apologize. I don't have like some big, huge like production or like editing or like fancy camera type of video today, man. Just my webcam today. To be quite honest, I just got back from vacation and yeah, man, just felt like talking to the camera, kind of getting back into the swing of things and giving you guys my opinions on the NBA Finals, which do start tonight at the making of this video between the Phoenix Suns and Milwaukee Bucks. First, I got to congratulate both franchises. I did make a video the other day talking pretty heavily about the Phoenix Suns and just kind of like apologizing to their fan base, saying, man, like that's like a team that I did not have going to the finals, but obviously they went out there to prove people wrong, and they did, and they are there, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. And then, on the other side of things, you have the Milwaukee Bucks, a team for years that's always been built around Giannis. And, there's been a lot of criticism of Coach Bud and stuff like that, saying he's not like a great coach and everything. And really, since Giannis went down with the injury, this Bucks team's been able to, pull things together and get themselves also to the NBA Finals after defeating the Atlanta Hawks. So here we are, guys. And, yes, it's going to be a very, interesting matchup. I'm not gonna lie, I do wish Giannis was playing. I'm sure Suns fans are okay with Giannis not playing, but for the most part, man, like the Milwaukee Bucks has been Giannis's team since he's essentially was drafted by them and everything. So the fact that he's not playing, even if he misses, if it's just one game, that's still like a big deal to me, because I'm like, Giannis is a two-time MVP. You look at his legacy and everything like that, man. It's like you want him playing in this big moment that he's worked so hard to get there throughout his entire NBA career, right, man? So I'm a little disappointed by that, but hopefully he comes back at some point. Or I guess last I actually read, he was listed as doubtful, so I guess it doesn't mean like completely out, right? Like maybe he does come and play today, which brings me on to the first point really of this video, and just looking at this Milwaukee Bucks team, man, because without Giannis, you look at the rest of the pieces of the puzzle, and I mean, like Chris Middleton honestly is one of my favorite players in the NBA. And sadly, yes, I know, man, he's another, at least victim in my mindset of drafted by the Pistons and given up on way too early, right? But I've always liked Chris Middleton because the way he plays basketball is the way that like my mindset is when I play basketball, and that is simply going out there, and taking care of business, not being too loud about it, just man, being one of the best at the game, and not really need a showboat about it, right, man? Because he's just not really a Hollywood type of player, right? He just goes out there and just does his thing. So I absolutely love Chris Middleton, and I was listening to ESPN radio on my way back from my vacation, and they were talking about, is Middleton actually like a number one option? Like is he almost being like overshadowed throughout his entire career by Giannis, and we don't really like respect what Chris Middleton does enough? I'll be quite honest, man, I don't think Middleton is a number one option on a championship team for long term. Now, the way he plays, I've always said he's been one of the best two guys in the NBA. I don't really like using the term two guy, because that almost like takes away from the guy themselves, the player. But no, Chris Middleton's fantastic. He's going to be playing at an elite level for them to really have a good solid chance without Giannis this series, though. So in the playoffs, he is averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists per game, about 2 steals. And that's the thing about him, like Middleton has like that full package as far as scoring the basketball. Can get to the basket, can knock down his free throws, knock down a 3-point shot, mid-range game is absolutely fantastic. But it's beyond that, man. The rebounding's been great. The defense has been really nice. So you really like seeing that with Chris Middleton. And then the next guy on the team we're going to be talking about is Jrue Holiday. So, Jrue Holiday was originally on that Pelicans team for quite a few seasons. And once again, another guy that's just like extremely underrated. Like, I mean, he's always just been one of the better like 1-2 guards in the entire NBA. People recognize Jrue Holiday, but it's like, you're not exactly like signing this guy up to be like your starter in the All-Star game like Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, right, man? So, yes, Jrue Holiday, though, brought to this team to be like that third guy behind Giannis and Middleton. Now, obviously, he has to be a top 2 guy, right? He has to be aggressive out there. He has to, not just run the offense, but also find his own out there, man, and get himself involved with the offense to make up for a lot of those points out there, man. You got Brook Lopez, who, it's so funny to hear people get so, like, I guess maybe, like, surprised by Brook Lopez. I think a lot of people forget that I believe he is the all-time leading scorer in Brooklyn Nets history, which is kind of, that's kind of a big deal. He's playing some really good players on the Nets in the years past. Jason Kidd, who wasn't really a bulk scorer. I think Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson, guys like that, man. Julius Erving, but I think that was more like ABA, right? So I don't think that actually counts. But regardless, like, Brook Lopez, I mean, this dude's amazing. He went from being just like this go-to post guy to, okay, I'll be a spot-up 3-point shooter, and then when you need me to, which they need him to now, I'll go back in that post and I'm going to buck up, man, and it's going to be a great time, right? So you got them. Bobby Portis going to be extremely important. I will say I'm a little worried about the Milwaukee Bucks bench unit a little bit, man, just because, like, by losing Giannis, if he is gone full time, that just, they're already down Dante DiVincenzo. So, also Bobby Porter's going to the starting lineup now. That's a lot of firepower off the bench. And, I'm looking at their roster right now here, man. And I mean, they don't really have much as far as like backup guys go. You know what I'm saying? As far as like from the big guy standpoint, a guy like Thanasis out there. They got this Diakite who's played about 7 games, averaging 1 point and 1 rebound per game, to the point where I don't even know his name, man. But it's all good. When you become an MVP, I will remember your name. So yes, that's talking about the Milwaukee Bucks side of things. Now, just a quick little preview of what my thoughts are on the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, man, like Chris Paul, I feel like so much of his legacy rides on this. I feel like, Chris Paul, if he doesn't win a ring, he's gonna always kind of be remembered as like a John Stockton, where like John Stockton was like a good point guard and everything, but man, he needed that ring. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Paul, if he wins this ring, in my mind, here he is a top point guard, to be honest. But it just that ring and being the main leader in it just kind of elevates it to a whole other level, especially doing it this late in his NBA career, right? So I mean, Chris Paul, if he wins it, we're all going to say, oh, yeah, well, he should have had a ring at this point, right? Man, he's 35, 36 years of age. If he doesn't win, it's going to be like, oh, Chris Paul, like, just could never really lead the team, right, man? Could never really do his thing, although he's done so much for the squad. And, I mean, looking last year at the OKC Thunder, we've seen exactly what he was for that team, too, man. It's just like, I guess the only way I feel like this really, really negatively impacts Chris Paul is if he just completely chokes. I mean, if he goes out there and he's dropping 30 points, 12 assists per game like the old New Orleans Hornets days, then yeah, and they lose, I'm not blaming that on CP3, right? It's like, in the end of the day, man, basketball is a team game, and as a superstar, you can only do so much. Like, the rest of the guys really got to step up. So Devin Booker, obviously being the leading scorer, in the postseason, 27 points per game, man, like, I'm really hoping the best for him too. But Devin Booker, hey, he kind of has like that killer instinct inside him, where I don't think he's going to be like shaken in the moment, because I guess it's like the big difference between like the NBA Finals and like the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is like, okay, if you are kind of like getting butterflies in the first quarter of the game, it's like, oh damn, there's only 3 quarters left. Like, you don't really got time for that. Where the NBA, it's like, okay, you can kind of sort of maybe afford to lose the first game. It's not ideal, obviously, but yeah. So if a guy like Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, any of those guys, get the butterflies early on, I mean, it can make a difference, but best to get out of the way very, very quickly, right, man? But I feel like all these guys, professionals, I mean, DeAndre Ayton, before going to the Phoenix Suns and everything like that, I mean, he was a top pick. He's always a winner. Devin Booker's always been a bucket getter out there, man. So, like, I'm not really expecting that to happen. I think Mikal Bridges, I believe he won a college championship, didn't he? Or he was at least, like, in the Final Four or something like that. I forgot what college he went to. But, yeah, man, so another matchup I'm actually going to be really intrigued by is going to be DeAndre Ayton versus Brook Lopez, just because you look at DeAndre shooting, 71% field goal percentage in the playoffs, which is, like, historically high. Brook Lopez, I mean, Brook could be a little slow at times, but typically Brook Lopez, like, in those, like, small ball lineups, kind of where he struggles. But I mean, he's always been a decent shot blocker and everything. He's got, 7-foot frame himself in Lopez. So that's gonna be a really fun matchup to see if, Lopez, if they're gonna be going to him early on in the post and trying to get DeAndre in foul trouble, or vice versa, or if they're gonna, kind of pull Ayton out of the paint and use the man Brook Lopez kind of as a stretch big, right? Because there's really nobody on either side, I think, from like an interior standpoint, that being Thanasis or the Diakite guy, or even Dario Saric, man, like run like some backup center stuff. Like, neither one of those teams have the interior to stop the opposing starting big man. So it's going to be interesting to see who can kind of get who in foul trouble first, or who can wear each other out first. And I think that's going to be a big difference maker here in the series. Beyond that, man, you got Jay Crowder winner. You got Cam Johnson, who, I mean, I'm so happy for this kid right here. The way he was drafted, and people thought he was really a big-time reach. It's like, hey, man, I'm in the NBA Finals now, and he's a big-time difference maker, too. So you got to be happy for him on that. But as far as my series predictions go, I mean, obviously, it's so hard to, like, decide with this one because of the whole Giannis, like, unquestionable, like, is he going to be playing or not type of thing. I mean, if he's playing, then it's a lot more deep over series. But at the same time, like, this might be a bad take, but I feel like from an offensive standpoint, just like a complete team concept, this Bucks team is actually more fluid without Giannis. I'm not saying they're as good without Giannis, because, you can run any damn play in the book out there. You can sit up all night, man. You'll put out these damn calculations where you got 17 different options. But it's still not going to be as good as, hey, give the ball to Giannis, get the hell out of the way, right? Like that could be a damn good play. Giannis has proven that with his multiple MVPs, right? So you got that and everything. But, I mean, just, I said it before about the Milwaukee Bucks. If Giannis is going to be injured, don't be a game-time decision. Let them go into the game with the game plan, run their thing out there for Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, whatever you need to do, and then next game decide, right? Because all of a sudden, if you just insert Giannis into there, then, man, it can really just kind of mess with the chemistry. So that's just my opinion on that. I mean, at the same time, I'm sure Buck fans are like, no, if Giannis is ready to go, I don't care if he waits till the tip-off, we want to play. Like, that's completely fine, too. I totally understand that. I'm just saying, like, it's more so respect toward, I even feel like Coach Bud is a better coach when Giannis doesn't play. So, yeah, I'm going to predict he's not going to play tonight. And I think if the Bucks win, I don't think we see him game 2. If they lose, I think we see him game 2. Like, Giannis, he just has that type of heart to him, man. He's been doing some, some basketball activities and stuff, so he should be good to go. But as far as my prediction of who wins the series, if Giannis can play and be 100% healthy, oh, man, this is such a tough, man, these are both just such good balanced squads. Just such good balanced squads, man. I do think it's going to be a 7-game series. I think it's going to be a 7-game series. In my opinion, especially if Giannis isn't completely healthy, even if he comes back, he's not going to be 100%. And, like, it's 110% of the NBA Finals, man. I think I'm going to say I have Chris Paul winning his first NBA championship in 6 or 7 games. If Giannis plays and is healthy, 7 games. If not, I think it's a 6-game series. I don't think it's a case where anybody gets swept or anything like that. Both these teams have too many other guys on the team that's going to prevent that from happening. Bobby Portis can go off for 30 points one night, and bam, they got a game like that. But I have the Phoenix Suns winning, man. 9-4. I don't have them in 4, like the 4-man out there. Yeah, also I want to say, let's not fight at the games. I've been seeing a lot of damn fights breaking out, since that one dude said Suns and 4s. Let's just keep it civil out there, man. Let's enjoy some NBA basketball. I'm excited for it. As far as doing reactions to the games over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, I might do like a post-game reaction, analysis. But, I mean, I'm going to be watching the game, so it doesn't really make sense for me to, react to if I'm already watching it. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure I'm going to handle that yet, man. But that's all we have. Who do you guys have win the series? What are your hot takes about it? What's your analysis? Let me know in the comment section below. And, yeah, starting tomorrow, we're going to be back with the NBA news, discussions, all that stuff. But, man, I'm kind of tired, guys. Vacation can take it out of you a little bit. You all were, probably about 10 years ago, I went to New York on a vacation, and damn, when I got back, I was more exhausted. Damn, you New Yorkers out there, man, you guys know how to live a lifestyle, right? But that's all we got, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. Best of luck to the Phoenix Suns, Milwaukee Bucks, and to your fan bases. And most importantly, beyond everything, man, I know we love basketball, the competitiveness of sports, but have fun, man. It's a beautiful moment when your team gets to the NBA Finals. It's been a while since my team's even gotten close there, but I do remember I have so many great memories of the Pistons even getting to the conference finals and loving every moment of that until they lose. But yeah, just enjoy it, guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.